Welcome in. It's the PHNX Cardinals halftime show live from Gila River Resort's Wild Horse Pass. I'm Johnny Venerable, the playmaker. Brittan going the Arizona Cardinals. They're within 2 as Kyler Murray's rushing touchdown brings it to 14-12. So much to dive into. A lot of good, some pretty bad, mostly on the defensive side of the football, Brittan.
Oh, the defensive side is what we talked about before the game. We're not filling the gaps. We're losing contain on the outside. It's the only reason Bijan gets around the corner and scores that touchdown right there. It's not to say he wouldn't score. They couldn't have scored anyway. But, I mean, when you lose contain on the outside, he's going to make you pay. Offensively, we look good. Offensive line is doing a great job up front. Kyler Murray's doing Kyler Murray things, escaping traffic. The first drive, he threw one away on third down. That's what you want to see. He was in trouble, avoided a sack, got the ball out.
Cardinals look shaky that first possession offensively. Since then, 3 straight scoring drives, 2 field goals. And then, of course, the touchdown from Kyler Murray, the rushing touchdown, the coup de grace, the cherry on top in the first half. Not perfect football from this offense, but much more efficient. And that starts with the passing game. The Cardinal passing game was essentially non-existent during the last month and a half with Joshua Dobbs. Today, while no touchdowns through the air yet, a very conservative yet efficient approach by Kyler Murray.
No, it's a great job. Kyler's done a great job managing the football. When he's in situations where he knows he doesn't force anything bad, he gets the ball out, throws it away, and lives to see another down, which is something that you want to see from your starting quarterback. Also, I think Pessing, who has been on a hot seat like we talked, we said it before the game, he's on a hot seat right now.
He is.
With Dobbs leaving out of here and not playing well and then going and playing well in Minnesota, he was on the hot seat. He's done a good job of putting plays in that keep Kyler Murray comfortable, where he can get the ball out quick and make plays.
Trey McBride, 4 catches on 4 targets, 62 yards, as well as a 15-yard per average catch. Passing game, Hollywood Brown almost comes up with a miraculous touchdown catch. Does have 1 for 28. Michael Wilson, Rondell Moore, each with 2 catches per. So Kyler Murray spreading the ball around and getting a run game. Hopefully James Conner just got dinged up at the end of the first half. He can come back in the second half. 13 carries, 55 yards. Offensively, this is sustainable for a W, what we saw. Defensively, Brittan, is where the issues are. And, I'll put my foot in my mouth. I thought the defense would play a hell of a lot better. They're giving up 20 carries, 110 yards, 5.5 yards per pop, including a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It seems like Atlanta, it's clear what they're trying to do. Take pressure off Taylor Heineke and keep Kyler Murray and company on the sideline. Because that first half, that went by really quick.
Oh, yeah. And it did, and that's what you want to do, especially when you've got a guy with the dynamic that Kyler Murray brings. You want to keep him off the field as much as possible, so running the ball is everything you can do.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact of it is we talked, and we just talked about it. As a defense, you've got to be in the right gap. You can't try to be the guy that makes this crazy play and go cowboy and doing the crazy stuff. At this point, you've got to find it. You got to hit your fits. You got to find the gap, and you've got to keep contained and limit that run game. You got to force Heineke to throw the football downfield.
It does feel like Arthur Smith and company this week, I saw this on Twitter, they were bullied after last week's game to just shut up and give the ball to Bijan Robinson. That's unfortunate for the Arizona Cardinals, who are limited. Defensive tackle, outside linebacker hasn't looked good. They have to find a way to make Taylor Heineke and company uncomfortable. And, I know 5 for 9, 30 yards with a touchdown, not great. But, Heineke ran for 26 yards in the first half. How do they get to a point outside of just, winning with 4? Does Jonathan Gannon have to start stacking the box, you think, defensively for the Arizona Cardinals?
He doesn't necessarily have to stack the box. But, if it continues in the second half where the run is going on, you're going to have to start thinking about putting 7 or 8 guys down that box. But, in turn, that's going to put you in a lot of man coverages on the back end, which we've had some problems at corner and man coverage. But if that's what you got to do to get back there, I think if you can get pressure on Heineke today, you can force some really bad turnovers.
Yeah, I agree. Their Cardinals are close. It's just the penalties today have been a disaster. And I'll bitch about the officiating. They were not good. The Cardinals, though, they can't at the end of the game say, we lost this game because of officiating. I know they've had some bad calls here or there. They need to be more aggressive defensively, whatever that looks like, right? It feels like They're laying back, waiting for Heineke to make a mistake he hasn't made yet. Where are the sacks? Where are the pressures? 0 sacks by either team in this game. So I think very evenly matched, which is what we thought. But at the end of the day, like, you have Kyler Murray, they have Taylor Heineke. That should be the trump card for you.
Agreed. It should be. And the offense looks good. Yes, the 2-point conversion didn't work. I'm not mad at the 2-point conversion there anyway. I like the fact that we were aggressive and went forward. It just, the play call didn't work. The Falcons had the better drive. But it's to the point where I think offensively we've got to continue to be aggressive.
Yeah.
You saw what happened when you got Kyler Murray involved in the run game right there at the end of the thing. He had 2 big carries, 1 for a touchdown. It works. When you add that factor with Kyler Murray into the game, now that defense has to start worrying about bringing an extra guy in that box.
I just loved how easy it looked for Kyler Murray that last possession. Big play after big play, whipping the ball downfield, moving to throw, not running for the sake of running. That's what we saw with Joshua Dobbs. That's just the element of his game. Kyler Murray, the escapability in the pocket, looking for players downfield. Again, like, these are his numbers, and you might sit back and say this is just relatively average. He's on pace for 300 yards passing. That's a big deal. He's on pace for about 30 yards rushing. That's a big deal. I think he gets his in the second half. I'm still predicting multiple passing touchdowns for Kyler Murray. They are there. Like, the deep play to Hollywood, it was tough. Couldn't make that catch. He had Trey McBride underneath. Like, that's just stuff that's going to come with time with this offense. Couple pre-start penalties with Yelda Froholt. Like, when they get that cleaned up, watch out, because in my opinion, that's the only thing limiting what they're doing right now.
Agreed. I liked the pass to Hollywood. Yes, it might have been a little high, and it's just outside of his fingertips. Could he have caught it? Who knows? It would have been a hell of a catch if he came down with it. Yes, Trey McBride was underneath, but I like the fact that Kyler is taking his time. He's reading the defense, and he's pushing the ball downfield. He's not getting nervous.
Yeah.
He's not, I'm under pressure, and let me dump it off real quick to something underneath. He still has his eyes downfield before. He's not thinking run immediately. He's thinking, let's push it downfield. Let's give the people what they want to see.
Big plays in the passing game, 8 yards per completion, a stark contrast to 4.5, 5 from Joshua Dobbs and respectively Clayton Tune each of the first 10 weeks of the season. Let's check out your Super Chats. Like this video. In the meantime, helps push the halftime show. AZ Fan 1998, friend of the program, $2. This game, super winnable. K1 will win it. It feels like absolutely. Cardinals, if they can just force one turnover. We've been getting turnovers aplenty. Haven't been able to take advantage of them before this game, Brittan. It feels like one turnover by Bijan, Heineke, Kyle Pitts, whomever, Cardinals will take advantage.
Agreed. As long as the Cardinals take care of the football on offense and that defense can create just one. You give us one turnover. The way we're moving the ball right now and putting points up, whether it be 3 or 7, of course you want 7, but points are points at this point. So if we can create a turnover and score points out of it, I think it's an easy win for the Cardinals.
This is a win right here. Super chat and echoing everything. Momo Murray at $1.99. Thank you so much for the super chat. Kyler is so back. He looks fantastic. I hate the Texans, man. Every time we're preparing, doing our pregame show before the kickoff in the afternoon, we have to look up CJ Stroud, man. Just week after week.
He's unbelievable.
Come from behind victory. We're going to say that for the post-game show, but not great for the Cardinals' second first-rounder. It's still going to be in the first round.
It's still the first round.
They can't knock it out of the first round completely. JT, $2 super chat. Steve Kimes' last gift, Trey McBride. I love that. That's very poetic,
1
JT.
for 30.
He is right now 38 yards away from the Cardinals' first 100-yard receiving game for a tight end since 1989. Of course, we talked about that this week on the program. Marmol, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Caleb, who? So glad Kyler is back. We win 3 to 4 games, and more like Marvin Harrison Jr. Hi from your Spanish friend. Well, hello, my friend. My Spanish is terrible. Do you have good Spanish? Can you speak a little Spanish for us?
No, I don't have any.
Okay.
I should, growing up in West Texas, but, I didn't pay attention. I know all the cuss words.
If I tried to speak Spanish right now, it'd likely get me in the show canceled, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say, Marmol, thank you, my guy, $5 super chat. Again, like this video. Predictions for the second half. What do you think?
I think we keep it moving. I think we continue to score the ball. I think we continue to put good drives together. I like your prediction. I think a couple passing touchdowns from Kyler. Maybe a rushing touchdown. Maybe a receiving touchdown from James Conner. But I like the second half. It looks bright.
I think the Cardinals know they can throw the ball in Atlanta. It's evident. Go back to that. The offensive line, knock on wood, looks good. Keep it up, Paris Johnson Jr., Will Hernandez and company. This will be a W for the Arizona Cardinals. You know where to find us. The ultimate W is on the PHNX Cardinals post-game show here at Gila River Resorts and Casinos Wild Horse Pass. If you've got time, still time to jet on out for the second half of our watch party, handing out merch, football, helmets, whatever you want, we got it. Do the Cardinals got it? Check back in at the postgame show.
We all silly like the mayor.